All right, we should be live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the AEGIS stream. While I post that we are live to social media instead of doing so after I give the big introduction, which is very counterproductive. So here we are on the AEGIS stream again, leading up to our Kickstarter on January 17th, as it says on top of the Twitch box. It's 7 days from this recording where we're gonna bring Aegis 2 to Kickstarter after well over a year of not doing that, and that's really exciting. So let's all cross our fingers and toes that Aegis 2 does really well. We'll be launching we'll be launching early in the morning on Tuesday, January 17th on Pacific time. So, you know, by the time any East Coasters want to see it, it'll probably be up. It's gonna be great. Gonna be adjusting that page and doing marketing deals right up until we launch. But everything else is looking pretty good. So what are we doing? Let's see, what are we doing today on Aegis Stream? We are testing more Aegis 2 content. The things that we're testing are some stretch goal content. Aegis 2 has 100 robots in the box, but you know, the campaign will start with a lower number. And as soon as we beat all of our minimum stretch goals, it'll be up to its promised 100. And if we don't get to those points, then our campaign only had 100 backers, so we need to look inward at that point. So yeah, so we're testing the two basically robots 75 through 100 here. There's two extra pre-built teams that'll be at the end of the box. One with two returning characters. We won't show you them yet, though. Their art's really cool. Ainer and Stell from the first box. Surprise. I'm going to keep that as a surprise on the campaign, but you, the chosen beautiful ones who are watching this stream, will know. So yeah, we got two returning characters from Aegis 1. One's an aggressive team. One is a long-range shooty team. That's Stell. Einer's still aggressive and close rangey. They come in with a suite of their own little abilities. We introduce one new mechanic, one new attack mechanic to both of their teams, and then the rest of it is mostly stuff from the rest of Aegis 2. And also some redone Aegis 1 mechanics like Stell's combat drop ability. So we've been testing that on a few other streams recently, and we have some new versions of the cards we're trying out today, and we're going to test on Aegis 2's new mode, Starpoint Arena, and we're going to see how well the out-of-the-box experience is for Ainer versus Stell playing this mode, which we definitely have tested in the past, but not with up-to-date cards. Usually a faster team is really good at this mode, and Stell's team is very slow. But Stell's team can teleport now with combat drop, so you know, we'll see what beats what. Joining me today, Breeze, Aegis creator person, is community manager Yampy.
Yep, that's me.
And then Aegis world champion Dars Asterisk.
Glad to be back again.
So yeah, today I'm gonna be piloting Stell's team. We're gonna see if my brain's big enough for that, and Dars will be piloting Einer's more direct and aggressive team. Both of these pre-con teams are a little bit bigger than the other ones because they're slightly more advanced. So I have 7 robots. I get to choose 5 of them. I'm going to use all of the ones that have combat drop.
Wise decision.
And because combat drop lets my robots start off the board and I can poop them into play pretty free range all over the board. So we'll see how that goes. And that will, in Starpoint Arena, Aegis' new mode, you're vying to take control of the titular star points. If you are unfamiliar, Starpoint Arena is a mode that sort of addresses a lot of stuff from Aegis 1. You alternate your robot activations back and forth instead of moving your whole team. Your objective is to beat up your opponent's robots and capture things on the board to reduce your opponent's Valor points, basically their HP, to 0. We start at 11. And your robots revive at the end, at the start of each round, so you don't have to worry about losing energy in combined opportunities. And that's what's going on there. And so normally fast teams are pretty good at that. My team can drop in the middle of the game, so we're gonna see how that works. If I stand on my own, and if you're standing on any star point on the board, you can roll this. You can roll this giant die, and it will generate a plethora of different abilities, which will go. So 5 different abilities, and 6 lets you choose any of them, and they're sort of aligned to AEGIS stuff, as is Aegis tradition. So I'm gonna have 3 robots in play. I believe that now combat drop lets your robots that are off the board generate you energy. As we know, we keep going back and forth on that, but in this mode, in this specific instance, we'll say they do. And then 6, 10, 20. So I start with 20 energy.
That magic number.
Magic number. How much energy does your team start with, Dars?
Fortunately, mine produces only 19. It's just short of greatness on that.
That's ridiculous. It's design flaw I'm gonna have to fix.
Oh, actually, now that I made my sideboarding, I actually did make 20. I forgot the Escher only makes 2 for some reason, but my Esper is slightly more efficient.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we haven't. Einer's. Most of the basic robots are coming along pretty good on these 2 teams. Both of Einer's blue robots are weird. Like, Esper's been brain to paper. I don't even think I've personally tested with the Esper LMAO.
It's been pretty satisfying with precise on its gun.
Yeah. And then Escha's just kind of weird.
I want to say it needs something, but
yeah, we had an idea for it the other day, and I already forgot what it was, but I did write it down. Just gonna make it really spicy. It's just gonna have a text box action that says "blow this robot up" and an adjacent robot, and that will be the attack. That's it. Just skip straight to the point.
Hey, at wall.
Zoom. Alright, so I start with 2 robots. I probably want to generate my Gex onto the board really quickly. Let's roll a die, figure who goes first. Whoop! 5, I guess. 2!
Alright.
Let's see. And then... Alright, I'll go first. I'm going to... Well, where do I want to actually place my robots on the board? I want to do smart stuff. I want to play intelligently. I'm gonna start by moving my arrows, and I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3 spaces. Paying 3 energy.
The combat drop.
Oh, combat drop is different now. Combat drop, you just give up your action. You can still move.
Okay. So now it's not just giving up the activation, it's the action.
Yeah. So that's going to be the compromise that we're trying. So move up to 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pay 1 energy to roll the star die, because you always do turn 1 star die. I'm going to deal 3 damage to myself. And then I'm going to...
are we playing at 10 or 11 Valor?
11 sounds correct. Do I want to bring in Ipple? What's Ipple's thing? Who's the best to do? I'm gonna bring in... Or do I want... Do I want to do this? I can... Okay, yeah, Sure. No, actually, I'll bring in the green. Bring in Gel, who has combat drop, right? Yeah. So the new wording for combat drop is I can bring it into play any space within 4 hexes of the first guy that activated, and then I believe it says the magical word immediately, which is now much more rules relevant than it was in Aegis 1.
Was it immediate or was it it can act this turn?
Let's find out. Combat drop. This robot may start off the board. Instead of an ally using action, this bot may enter play within 4 hexes and activate. Unhelpful. Let's see, gotta always be sprucing up your rules wording. What about over here? We're going to. I think the intention is that I'm supposed to be able to do it immediately, or for some reason they're not.
Yeah,
there we go.
Combat drop's gonna be real wild on Starpoint then.
Yeah. It's still a once per game ability though. I don't think after your robots die, I don't think you can like re-combat drop them in. We'll say that since it's a once per game ability, it should probably. My philosophy is that they should just be good. So I will. Also, giving up my amazing opportunity to just make this guy come into play and shoot you with missiles. So I'm gonna move up 2 spaces. So far I've used 4 energy, 6 energy, so I'm at 14. And then I'm gonna activate this star die with Gel, and that will allow him to move 4 spaces. oh. There's a turn 1 armistice, but it's really funny. I guess this could mean I could actually move my robot up 4 spaces and then shoot you with rockets.
So does that let you move any of your robots or only one of your starbots?
Oh, yeah, I suppose I should have you proofread the note I put up just to make sure we're.
Oh, yep. Move one of your robots 4 spaces.
Was it a star robot or was it one of your robots?
We're gonna say. We should probably do it just current rules as written, because if it can't move your enemy, we were talking about before the stream started, but if the 4 can't move opponents' robots, then something else is going to have to make it so opponents can't camp. So we need to fix that, but we don't have time to fix that. So we'll just say that we'll just keep it off. For now, we're just going to say it's any starbot for current rules. So, and I'll just forego that. I'm just gonna have Gel stay there because I can't attack you on turn 1 anyway. Which does also bring up the question: can I not? No, Armistice. I have to check the wording on the Armistice rule for Starpoint also, because I think you definitely should be able to attack on the first round, but probably not on the very first turn. Good question. Anyway, so yeah, it's your turn. You can go.
Okay. And is this armistice mutual for the first activation, or is it just the first player to act?
I think we've been playing without an armistice in Starpoint because it doesn't actually matter that much since your robots revive. So
now
if I can,
but now with combat drop, it does matter.
Yeah, I suppose so. But even so, I could, before I was able to move certain robots 7 or 8 spaces onto a star point, lucky roll into a 4, and then move closer to you and probably shoot you. But not often. So it's something that we needed to consider regardless, and this is just a good spurring to do it.
And I feel like with the way the start boxes are set up on this map, the turn 1 armistice is less of a big deal, just because like you're not all grouped up into a tiny space where a single like L could run in and bomb everything.
I think that was also definitely part of the design of this map too, is that your your explodey AoE guys aren't as good at killing a whole team. We'll say that there's it's a good question. Should there be no turn? I shouldn't be able to shoot you before you've had a turn. I think that's all it should be. I think that as long as you've been able to do an activation, I shouldn't be able to like Yu-Gi-Oh! Cyberstein you to death on turn 0. So yeah, I'll say that I can't do anything and you should go. But after you move your first robot, then you're fair game.
All right.
That's also how solo mode works too. You have one activation and the boss starts beating on you.
In that case, I'm going to move my Esper. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to attack using its calculated pistol, targeting the Gel.
How dare you?
2 energy.
He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy.
He's kind of a beefy little guy. And he's just going to stand there. That was my spot. My Esper was going to be there.
So yeah, what is this new precise mechanic that's specifically just on Ainer and Stell's teams?
Well, let me tell you.
Oh right, Dars.
Precise is an attribute you can find on attacks where if you shoot from the maximal possible distance on the attack, it has 1 improved accuracy. So normally this attack would hit on 3s or higher, but since I'm targeting from 3 spaces away, it's going to hit on 2s or higher.
And this wombo combo is with certain commanders who can increase accuracy. I mean, who can increase range on robots. So both of us have the ability to modify range a little bit. I can like add 2 range to an attack, and you can add 1 range. So yeah, it's precise also functions if you're hitting from the max plus distance away, I guess. You shot me for 2 damage, it looks like.
Oh, I haven't rolled yet.
Ooh.
But speaking of commander abilities, I am going to use Einer's commander ability to give the Esper plus 1 damage for this attack at the cost of 1 damage to the Esper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is 2 damage.
Yep, alright. Boop-a-doop.
And that is my turn.
Alright, so yeah, Ainer, yeah, the first dude you move with, on your turn you can take damage, and then you can pick from like a suite of abilities on his card. That's kind of
typically the first robot you act with.
Yeah.
That way you can sort of bank the ability use in case you don't want to actually attack with the first guy you move, but
yeah. So yeah, it works similarly to the other various Ainer iterations. 1, 2. Let's move Stell up. And then let's pay a star point with her and see what I get. 2. I can swap places with an ally. This is actually kind of fun and relevant because then I could swap places with like Gel, and then after this I could combat drop with Stell into something stupid. Like maybe I'll do that. We did drop the radial blast on, I believe, both L and Gel to just the one. Let me double check if that's true. Because yeah, the L and the Gel can like appear out of nowhere and just shoot a rocket at you, like literally from space.
Patch Notes has the Gel with the AoE of 2, and the L has the AoE of 1.
Yeah. Is that right? Because I know these also changed recently. Why don't I have... I'm having such a hard time finding these cards in the folder, even though there's only 20 of them.
They're both in the bottom row.
Oh, there we go. The one that looks like a scared cat. Okay. It's actually intentional on behalf of the artist. Yeah, you're right. It does have 2 radius. That's not staying. But
2 radius on level 1 robots.
2 radius is fine, but not when it can appear from space and shoot you, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a little bit crazy.
It's a bit crazy. Let's drop in gel 300. Let's drop in L. Well, right here, actually. And then move 1. And then pay 1.
Alright, let's see.
Ooh. Roll star die. Ooh, 6. What do I want to do? I want to... Now, do I want to swap spaces? That's a good question. Or do I want to... Your opponent does not take more damage. Swap robot. Combine. Oh, I can combine with stuff, except I can't because my I type is not on the board. Gain 5 energy. I'm actually all out of robot activations after this anyway, so it's really, do I just want to move my duders around? I don't think so. So I guess I'm just gonna gain a bunch of energy for no reason. Yeah, sure. I'll go up to 13 and say go.
Well, that gives me basically a regular turn now.
Yep.
For what it's worth. Alright, we're gonna start by moving my Shaw 2 spaces onto the star point, and we're gonna do the roll.
This gives you, yeah, you have quite a few different opportunities, which with to bomb me.
To swap it with a star.
Start with an ally, specifically any ally.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to swap with Ainer.
Makes sense.
And now, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. I'm going to use the Shaw's Dragonfire attack targeting your gel. Calculated. Perfection.
Calculated.
Alright. That is success. That is a 1 damage and a blaze. Onto the gel.
Onto the gel. I don't like that.
Okay. Next up is Ainer, who is going to go 1, 2, 3 spaces to here. And I'm going to attack using the Desperate Arm Vulcan, also targeting the gel. Okay. That is 3 damage because of 2 crits.
Oh my god. On the gel.
On the gel.
Oh my god. Okay.
Sometimes it simply has to be this way.
Let's see. All right, you failed me. And then 1, 2, or not 1. I take 1 valor damage from that dying, and then anything. Yeah, no, you just have combat drop and combined drop.
Okay, and then I will use the remainder of my energy to move the Izzy onto the star point. Alright. End of round?
You take a valor.
Okay.
Goes my L's there. I'm gonna pop my dude back into play. The gel can come down into play here. And then you moved most recently, so I get to go first.
Recharge.
What do I want to do? Gel, do you really have yes, okay, so I'm gonna be more patient, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can shoot you with this arrows if I get close enough. But what? Let's just activate Stell, probably. I have so much repair on my team that I did not get to use. Yeah, let's activate Stell and do star point stuff. 5, go up to 24 energy, and I don't think I need to shoot anything, but I can move, so I think I'm actually going to go 1, 2, 3. And
Let's let the gun kind of waddle on out.
yeah, you can go.
Okay. I'm going to start with the Izzy and use the star point. Oh, okay.
Ooh, that's spicy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah. So 1 allows, if you're on a star point, you roll a 1. That allows players to combine for free from any distance. So you can get your spicy combine ability. You get your spicy combining on the combiner robot always comes into play on the star point that you activated, and it doesn't score that turn. So those are the downsides. But
Well,
it's usually a really big energy discount.
I would be remiss not to make use of it here. As much as I think it's not the correct play, it's funny. So I'm going to use my Izzy and my Esper to make the Izzy 2000.
It's funny.
Okay. So when it comes in, I will flicker, which allows me to move it for free, and then adjacent robots can't use actions for the rest of this turn.
So would that mean
So
it
go
prevents
for-
you from using our robot to combat drop?
These are good questions.
4, 5, 6, 7.
I don't think so, because I wanted it to probably work the same way as combining.
The same way as Rust and Restrain on the
Yeah.
interactions.
Yeah. Try to keep everything uniform.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, I could not shoot you.
Just gonna disarm them, basically. Okay, and that is my activation.
Alrighty. What do I wanna do? I'm finna roll a die with arrows. Yeah, let's roll a die with arrows. Bump.
See, if I just don't use the star points, you can't hit me with the 3.
That's true. You're dodging my attacks so well. How could you have such ability? Do I combine with you now? Do I come in? I am not smart enough to use combat drop. It's just true. There's 2 because like I can combat drop my Ippel in, and my Ippel has stealth, which means it can't be shot if there's something else that could be shot instead. However, that requires a lot of comprehension of positioning, and that is my worst aspect of doing stuff in Aegis is doing complex positioning. But I want it in play. Yeah. Okay, I think I have a plan. Alright, I think I'm going to be done. I think that's it. I think we're just going to activate arrows and call it a day.
In that case, I am going to... Let's see. Because the L doesn't have any passives that matter here. Do you have any defensive passives at all? The Ippel, eventually.
Joke's on you, my combat drop ability takes up too much text box space to have passives.
Probably for the best. Okay, we are going to go... Actually, no, I think that's pretty apt. I will move 1, 2 with the Shaw, and I'm going to fire the Dragon Fire attack at your L. Alright, looking... Okay, luckily I have native reroll 1, which I will utilize here. Okay, so that is 1 damage and blaze on the L.
1 damage and blaze on the L. I need you to not do that to me. Let's see here. Okay. Alright, my go. What do? I'm going to pay nothing, and I'm going to drop Ippel into play here.
Okay.
Here.
Solid.
Yep, solid. And then I get to activate it. Because now all my robots are in play. We got there. And then... do I want to do that? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so... Do I want to... Alright, so I'm still on L's activation right now. So I'm gonna do L's activation, use the combat drop. I'm gonna roll the star die. That's what I'm gonna do next.
Okay.
So L's activation, rolling the star die, hoping for a 1.
Freeze, you have to move the Ippel immediately.
That's true. So I guess there isn't actually a way for me to star die with the L while the Ippel's in play. I guess I have to use the star die and then combat drop, or combat drop and basically end the L's turn and then do the Ippel. Because, yeah, otherwise it breaks sequencing of, like, not breaks sequencing, but, like, stops mid-sentence and an ability to do something else. You know what? That's right. This is why we test. So no cost, so no... I didn't need that 5 energy anyway. Alright, so...
There, look at that.
Combat drop. Ippel. Activate. Roll some tack dice, which is, I just realized I haven't done yet at all. Who needs to
very
attack?
different ideas about how to play this game right now.
Energy drain. I'm gonna drain myself 1, and Izzy can get drained 1.
Okay. Energy drain. Izzy?
Oh wait, am I stupid? What am I doing?
It's a question I have to ask myself often.
what do I want to do with this? I said I had a plan, and I just don't. Alright, so my thought process is I was gonna like make the L3000, my EI combine, make it come into play, drop your defense, then shoot you with something else. However, the only thing I can really shoot you with is a guy that has extra damage to my own guys, and I'm not gonna energy drain you. How's that sound? I'm going to instead just pay the 5, and I'm going to just combine. That's all I'm doing. I'm just gonna combine. I'm gonna make my guy.
1-2 combine skidoo.
1-2 combine skidoo. Stealth bomber comes into play. Does it still have vanish? But where did I take it off? I have it right here. So yeah, vanish flight stealth. It still has vanish. So stealth bomber will come into play. Can't be targeted or damaged until next recharge phase. So that's gonna come into play. It's gonna stay on the star point. It's gonna net me 2 points this turn. It's gonna do its job. Drop your. I'm gonna put a defense debuff on Izzy, and say go.
And that one is coming from
The
on combine.
Is that it? Oh, actually, is that the on combine? Is that an on combine ability?
I think so. No.
Okay, okay, I know it was at some point. Okay, never mind. It's not an on combine ability. All right, you can go.
Okay.
When we designed the EIL, it's because we were making Stell's team and we needed a new robot to fill this combined slot. And like, what if it were the stealth bomber, like written like Stell's name, Stell, with a TH at the end.
Of course.
And that's why this robot exists. On top of like a few other like just stringent design reasons because of the restrictions of what types of stuff we can use on a team like this, but stealth bomber was an inspired concept.
All I know is that combat droppers acting immediately is the bane of my existence in this mode so far.
It's pretty bad, and I don't think that's gonna stay. But I need to consider how to word it in the thing otherwise.
I probably just may activate this turn.
Yeah, I may activate this turn.
I think that also removes the weird question of getting your star die activation chopped off.
Yeah, and also doing 2 star die activations in a single turn, which is kind of funny.
Okay, I'm gonna go here with the go 1, 2, 3 spaces, and then I'm going to activate the star die. Gain 5 energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not really what I wanted to see here. I'm just going to move Ainer 3 spaces to here, and then activate the star die again. Oh, wait, actually, you haven't used your Gel this turn, have you?
I have not used Gel yet.
Never mind, Ainer is not acting yet.
Oh.
It is your turn.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Lost track that you were activating multiple robots.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I got overzealous.
Do I want to just shoot you? Gel, you have 5 range. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can shoot my own team with my stupid radial attack. I could not do that. Let's do something tricksy. So let's go 1, 2. I don't think anyone's taken any damage, right? Yeah. 1, 2, pay 5, combine, make arrows 1,000. Incredibly suboptimally. Defense buff nothing, heal nothing. This is cool. I trigger 3 combine abilities with this. I'm gonna trigger arrows 500, which will let me repair something for 1, but there's nothing to repair. And then I'm going to trigger this defense buff, but there's nothing in range, so I'm batting 1,000 on terms of the efficiency of this combine. And then lastly, I get to trigger Gel 500's combine drop, which lets me scoot off the board and fly up into space. And at the end of the turn, I get to pop in on a start zone. Any start zone.
Interesting.
So that's so where will it be? And now my turn is done. You can do whatever you want.
Okay. In that case, I am going to actually move Ainer 1, 2, 3, 4 to the middle spot.
Oh.
And pay 1 to use the star die.
Uh-oh.
Okay. 6.
Would you like to combine or scoot my guy off? I'm assuming those are the 2 real options.
Well, I can't combine with Ainer right now, unfortunately.
You can?
No,
That's right. Ainer doesn't have an AG robot.
Not on this team.
On this team specifically. Oh, it's cognitive dissonance.
I would do it. I just can't.
Yeah.
I can swap a robot over here. I'm going to do the swap.
What? Oh my god.
And now I'm going to
that's
use
tech.
the Desperate Arc Blade targeting Stell.
So you just moved your level 2 robot onto the start point, and you're going to score with that this turn. Actually, or will you? I guess you can't score this turn because you made it via the thing, right?
Correct.
Okay, so regardless, still a power play. You put your own robot into melee range and move the level 2 robot into thing.
I'm going to Gambit 2 on this attack for 3 cost. We go big or go home.
This robot has Gambit.
Desperate Arc Blade with Gambit.
Oh, so it does.
They just have to all succeed the 50-50. What could go wrong? They'll simply all succeed.
Nothing can go wrong.
Goodbye, Stell.
Oh, that is inconvenient. Okay.
All right.
Is that the last robot of the round, or do you have other stuff to move?
I used my Shaw. I moved the Go. Izu has made this turn, so that is the end of my activations.
All right, and so combine drop. I'm gonna combine drop right here.
Wow, who could have seen that coming?
Right.
Oh yes, I will take 2 damage. Oh no, you made the L this turn, didn't you?
Well,
but
I
you
made
did
it
normally.
I made
That's
it. Yeah, I made it manually.
I will take 2.
And then I'm going to. Oh yeah, I also have to pop in Stell. Let's pop in Stell here. Shoot you. All right, turn 1. What am I gonna do? I could move and activate L. I could. I can move and activate L, so you doesn't just get beaten up by Ainer. Because I only have 4 HP on you and no defensive capabilities that matter against melee robots.
I'm simply going to run up and punch it.
Yep. Could do some drainy stuff. Could just walk onto this star point with my arrows, which has 5 range and 1 radius. So I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't shoot anything with it except for Shaw. Well, let's hope I roll a 4. I'm gonna move up with this and seize this point before you just walk onto it with Shaw and make my life extremely inconvenient. Oh, and how much energy do I make? I make 15 now, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, and then 3 to star point, and then roll the big die. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's pretty good. What do I want to do with that? Sure. Do I move? Do I swap with my L and shoot you in the face and hit myself in the face? Is that good? Is that a good play? Or do I swap with Stell? Go 2, 4, 5, 6. I can use Stell's ability to shoot you and my L in the face. Oh, this isn't that great.
The counter to AoEs is just stand next to people.
Oh, this sucks. I can shoot your stupid dog though. So how do I do that here? I'm gonna swap spaces with my. I'm gonna swap my level 2 space with my other level 2. My big beefy guy will be here, and my L will be back here. And I'm going to shoot the Izzy. Oh, Izzy has like a Vade 1 build. Oh, the Anna has Retaliate. This sucks.
Yeah, go ahead, try it.
I'm not even gonna get. Oh, doesn't have precise. It has arcing and rust.
Never mind me. Were we leaving the AoE on the Izzy's attack?
Yeah, but I think it's gonna go 2-3 up on multi hits. Unless I specifically took off the concept of multi-hit because it had Retaliate, and it's already kind of a goober. But regardless, I don't think I'm gonna shoot you because I don't think I'm hitting 4 dice 3 up. So instead, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 2, 4. Do I shoot your go? I feel so stupid. The least effective thing to shoot. I guess I'm not gonna swap. I'm gonna just stand.
Would you like to put Stell back there?
Not really. That seems like the worst option.
I mean, if you happen to roll the free combine, you know, there's a 1 in 3 chance that, or a 1/3, like a 1 in 3 chance that putting Stell back there is actually okay, right?
That's very true. I could just hoop a dupe into Stell's level 3. Now let's shoot Shaw because this attack has rust, and that probably does something. In that it stops you from shooting me with Shaw this turn, I guess, and that's the most effective thing I can do with this robot. Because I don't think waiting for Dars to Gambit 4 onto my stealth bomber. Is that double ones?
It is double ones.
This sucks. All right, you can go.
Okay, I'm going to start with the go. And I'm going to spend 1 on the star die.
And I couldn't even like swap with Stell and then use like the defense buff on my bomber because Einer's literally away.
5 energy. Okay, I'll go to 22. And then I'm going to move the go 2 spaces and combine for 6.
Oh god, what is... Oh no, what does this robot do?
Alright, here comes the go.
We also have really rad art for this.
Look forward to it.
Alright, this robot has ignition. And its bottom attack is 2/5 up 2 damage now. And its top attack is 6 dice, 2 up 4 move 4 push. And it still has built-in reroll. For some godforsaken reason.
Okay, so I think the way to go about this... Remind me, are these walls or are these holes?
If you stand here and you push me, I will die. If that's the appropriate question.
It is. Alright,
yeah.
So I'm going to ignite to move 3. Ignite? Is that the word I would use for this?
I guess so.
And I'm going to use Einer's ability to give it reroll.
This is your first action, too.
Alright, so this is 6 dice. I'm going for the push. Now remind me, are we doing individual rerolls or stacking rerolls now?
You still get 2 individual instances of reroll 1.
Beautiful. Okay, I will use one of those instances.
Double ones, double ones.
Get him out of here! Get him out of here!
Oh my god. Alright,
Push meta lives!
This robot is so stupid. Alright.
Okay, so that is my activation. Your go.
Okay.
I'm not going to score anything by standing on star points. I'm just going to kill everything.
It's true. You can just count on me being terrible. You can... What do I do? I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stealth bomber can't even move 6 spaces. Just bad at flying. Bad robot. Well, let's roll.
I like that robot.
Let's roll Stell. Let's roll the bomber's star point, and maybe I can boost pad myself over there.
Go ahead. Go ahead, do it. Do it. I dare you. I dare you to do it.
Let me check what El-Sol does. So I know we changed El-Sol.
Oh, yeah,
Alright, so El-Sol's new gimmick ability is that it has a bottom attack that's a 6 range 2 splash. Heal with disarm. So it can be used offensively.
Do you have a picture of it? I don't have it in the current patch notes.
I think... Let me actually check if anything meaningful has changed compared to the TTS. Yeah, the
disarm on the bottom action.
Yeah, let's see. I paste it. If you go into feedback, I have, but it's a what changed? So I think it actually looks mostly the same except for the disarm on the bottom action.
Does it still have disarm on the middle action?
No. It is a... No, it does. Why?
Why is this thing just all disarms?
Disarms. So top attack is piercing, precise, quell. I think I was supposed to put this. The top attack is supposed to be B5 accuracy. because it has precise. So we're gonna do that. So yeah, it's really just that. Top attack should have 5 accuracy, and the bottom attack now has disarm also.
Tags all over it.
Just tags, 5 million tags. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna fire off. Do I number 1? Do I make the dumb
Do you
robot?
even make it?
Do I even make the dumb robot? I would be a bad robot pilot if I didn't. The allure is there. Is it always a trap to do this though?
I answered the call of the dice earlier.
I answer the call of the dice.
All right.
Now who do I shoot? I think I shoot your stupid Izzy, which will be able to retaliate me. So yeah, your Izzy get no wait no I can't because it's disarmed. Okay, so I'm healing you and disarming you. Wait, have you moved with Ainer yet? What's more of an active threat?
The Go was my first robot I used this turn.
Yep. Let's disarm your Izzy.
Okay. Disarm you, Izzy. And that's your last activation for the turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. I will start with the Izzy then and spend 1 to use the star die. Gain 5 energy. I don't need the energy.
Now you don't. How far can this stupid thing move? 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey there.
Ah! Ah!
Now the question is, do I want to punch it with Ainer, or do I want to just park him? Oh, wait, actually, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, no, I can't quite go that far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Well, I guess if you just walk onto the space with Ainer, deal 5 to me. That's great. Or you could Gambit 6.
Hey, don't tempt me. I won't miss.
Shoot me. Hit my guy. Do it. Win this turn. Do you have the courage? Do you have the courage to one-shot my level 3?
Oh, I wish I did. I really wish I did.
That's a mere, at 4 ups, that is a mere 3% chance to win this turn. You could do it.
Obviously, you just shoot Ainer with the Izzy first to deal some damage, and then kill it with Ainer.
Fair?
I think my play is dealing 3 damage into turn here. Taking 3 in return. I will go ahead and move Ainer to the star point. 4 energy to move, and then I will activate it.
Mm-hmm. Is he gonna get the Swippy Swappy? Okay, that's good.
No, it's not. I will combine.
But you're gonna not be able to score with it this turn. Ooh.
That's fine. Go, get over here. It's time to arc go.
Arc go. And you also get to final ignition. Now would you like to kill my level 3?
I think I would.
Let me see what this
Gain
stupid
8
robot.
energy.
This robot has also changed marginally. Let me see what he does.
Let's see. Final ignition.
Boom. So it still has final ignition and retaliate. It still has 7 HP.
Still has light gambit on the first attack.
The new version has the second attack is a 3 up, 1 radial force recharge now.
I don't have that one in the patch notes. It still has the old version in these.
Oh, so it lost critical in the middle, gained. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So it gained force in place of critical. Okay, I've got
Yep.
that. So it's
Yep.
3-2 up, 3 damage, radial, force recharge.
Yeah, that's the only change. You can no longer spin to win. Go. But well, you can, but in a slightly different, I guess.
Yeah. Oh.
You can probably figure out a way to deal 5 damage to me if bad enough, dude.
So yeah, I'm going to shimmy 1 step here for 1 energy. Then I'm going to, yeah. Shimmy. Let's spend 2 energy to move. 2. Forget it, all 3. We're getting in his face.
Uh-oh.
We're going to go with the supercharged arc blade first for 3 energy. Just gonna bounce its head off a wall like a basketball. That is a success, so that's 3 damage, and
Plus
it's going to
1.
force.
So yeah, that's gonna be 4 damage total.
4 damage.
So I'm down to 1.
Okay. And then I'm going to use the kinetic charge. Spending 2. Not gonna gambit. Yep, so I just need 1 success. That'll do it.
What'd you shoot me with?
I shot you with the supercharged arc blade followed by the kinetic charge. I ran into you.
Oh, that's right. You didn't. Oh, okay. No, I only took 3 damage from the first one because I thought you were pushing me into a wall with the first.
I did.
Oh, wait. Yeah, no, yeah, I understand everything. So, and then you literally are headbutting me with the second.
I headbutt you for the last damage.
What's the average damage on this? So you can do kinetic charge for 1 damage apiece.
I just have to get in your face first.
That's actually pretty funny. This robot is vaguely Excel gun.
Can I get a yeah, it's an Excel gun that can kill itself in the process.
Yeah.
Can I get this changed to kinetic headbutt, please?
Kinetic headbutt, pretty good.
Alright,
So then I take 3 because my robot dies, and then the round ends. And then I take 4 because you have a level 2 robot standing on my base.
That is true facts.
And then you hit me so you kill me for exactsies and take out my whole thing. So I really like how Einer's team is coming out. It's really funny. It's really degenerate.
I'm
its
gonna run into things. I'm gonna hit.
Its damage output across the team might be a little high, but especially, I mean, Arco is probably at its least silly form.
Yeah.
But it's
And
still.
He is a commander robot after all.
It's true. Just do 5 damage around really casually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of does 5 damage base, 6 damage if you collide with anything. That's kind of funny. Unless you like miss horribly, but then you also have a built-in reroll, and you also have a damage buff too. It's your first action. Yeah, 2.
I use
Good.
it first.
Yeah, probably tune them down a little.
We'll take a look at them.
Take a look.
So I guess the 2 things to mainly take a look at right now are Art Go a little bit, and the act immediately on the combat drop.
Yeah, those are the ones that stand out. Though I was still not smart enough to really take advantage of Stell's
For
abilities.
for what it's worth,
Oh,
I felt pressured in that I had to kill things with combat drop just immediately taking up the
yeah,
spots
it
and not
does do.
having much innate way to get things off of the spots.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
it
had a
does.
couple pushes on my team, but yeah, the ability of combat drop to just from across
Mm,
the map her bow guard spots.
yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I also forgot the golden rule of of capture the star point near the end of your and not start it. You could do that. Uh, it's like, what am I doing? Um, which I should probably put as a tip and trick in the book.
Realistically, if you want to be really funny, you could have used your combat drops on the first turn by putting a guy here,
Yep.
drop a guy here, have him move here, use his action to drop a guy here, have him move here, drop another
I,
guy here, have him move here.
I forgot. I completely forgot about Daisy chaining combat drops together.
Yeah, it's wild,
Yeah.
especially
That's
with the
I,
act immediately. And
yeah. I would have. Yeah, I could have just spread my robots throughout the board on turn, which
now,
would have
granted,
immediately
oh
shot
yeah,
and killed them all. But yeah.
I would have thrown everything away for damage at that point.
Yep. Um. My so Elsol's actually really does anything because its first attack is absolutely bonkers. Especially if it's at 4 accuracy plus precise, it just also kills things from 6 to 8 spaces away.
It's a long range version of. Actually, no, its attack reminds me of something else's. Who was it? Oh, the new version of AEGIS. I mean, it lacks the rust, but it's got quell, piercing.
Oh yeah.
It's got the shooby dooby long range. Pretty good accuracy.
It's probably a good idea to reduce the number of dice off of it from 6, but the art is like a giant revolver dragon. So it has to be 6, so we're gonna try to see if we can keep it at 6, but it is
I think you can get away with 6 dice on it,
yeah.
honestly. If you're bringing it up to 5 accuracy, then
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, I think it's at 5 accuracy it should be fine because then it's dealing an average of 3 with precise.
Mhm.
3 damage with precise.
I worry about the
Still
double
nothing.
disarm tags on
Yeah,
the two abilities.
this is definitely a more thinky team. I'm trying to is this robot as good as Arco? Absolutely not. In terms of raw damage potential.
Arco
But,
is very upfront in what it's doing. It doesn't do much besides shove you around and punch you.
but I
It
could
does it well though.
Oh, you know what this robot needs? It needs the ability to do one thing a turn because that's something we learned in general. That level 3 and above robots that can only use one action feel very. So that is a thing that I should.
To be fair, if you are firing the gun, it's one big thing.
It is one big thing. You will roll lots of dice. And,
The problem is, I'd be scared of it being able to do either of its other abilities along with
Yeah.
the first.
Yeah, I think one of these abilities is definitely change. We could do 3. We could do 2 3-shot attacks too, and have you be able to shoot them all at the same turn. That can be a 6-shot blast that can do.
The L-Sol to me feels like it doesn't strike me as being something that can really like stand up by itself. Like it feels like it still needs some sort of like supporting forces, especially since it doesn't activate on combine or anything. Whereas like Art Go, it feels like has like it has the staying power, but it also like can completely support itself with its energy production and activates immediately and stuff. So it feels
Yeah.
in that sense that
They have.
It can literally swing a game the turn it comes in. It's just solid good.
You can see the difference in the identities of the two teams in that, where
Yeah.
Ainer has just like 5 individually decent attackers that combine into other individually good attackers. Stell has like 5
need to-
robots that play along with each other well and, kind of daisy chain around the board.
Yeah, I think really playing up Stell's teams like synergies better might be good. Because like if I have my arrows out and Elsol out, I can be boosting her defense every turn, and then all of a sudden Elsol is a really big issue.
So then you've got to you almost have to go after the RO's defense battery first.
Yeah, and then plus if I'm actually standing still too, I can like be bombarding you with arrows and all at the same.
Yeah.
So that could
So
be
you can
also
set up these,
potentially
like-
threatening.
You can end up setting up these weird death corridors with the two of them. And the fact that the arrows has an arcing attack means you can kind of just like, you can plop him down here and then have the El Sol covering a good chunk of the map from one of these back spots.
Yeah, and then like
And then you can defense buff from here and then still pop on or anything that runs up close with the arcing attack.
yeah, maybe that's the key. Maybe I actually just sit back and wait for you to try to get to star points and then shoot you to death. Is that the strategy that Stell should be doing for the first star point?
A lot of the time it feels like kind of a trap to combat drop, chain up to grab spots just because you're going to get punched in
Shot.
the mouth for trying.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
But I imagine she'd be more oppressive in that regard against teams that are lower damage output.
Yeah. Because then, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because what it amounts to is these are like 5 good attacky robots.
Yeah.
Just they don't have a whole lot of synergy with each other. They just exist to punch individually.
Yeah.
what's the range on combat drop? Is it 4 or
4 is the magic number, yeah. So
So
you can
what's-
theoretically daisy chain across all 3 star points.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I was gonna. That seems just like the opening strat with this team.
I kind of did that. I captured 2 star points on the first turn, and that didn't work out.
I think it's the strat against teams that don't have high damage output.
Yeah. It's like,
Like
yeah.
if you see 2 supportive bots on your opponent's team, go nuts.
Of course, the challenge here is trying to make it so these two teams specifically play nice with each other. It's always there's so many layers to game design because like you want the team to play well in a vacuum, and you want the individual robots on the team to be relevant to the rest of the game, and in this case, you also want a little dual deck between them to be cross funk to be good against each other too. Though, Magic did dual decks for like 10 years, and most of those were not at all. They can't.
I distinctly remember the Artificers versus Barbarians one being
Oh, yeah.
an awful experience.
I remember a Johnny versus Bolus when I started playing the game. It's like a Johnny had like this little green-white deck that summoned guys, and Bolus is like, I kill all of your guys, I make you discard your hand, I take control of the guys you have left.
It was like halfway to a cruel tomato control deck. Like,
Yeah, it was insane. But I think we can probably get closer between Ainer and Stell than Johnny and us, balance-wise. The standard is there. So yeah, no, I got my notes.
I'm curious
Very
how
cool.
much they've been tested against not like other teams, just to see how they stack up.
They're fine. We've been
I did a-
testing them along with like in other streams too, and they're like okay. Well, Stell hasn't been okay. Stell is definitely like the weakest.
I've had very swingy games with Stell where sometimes she just mops the floor because of positioning, and
Yeah.
sometimes she gets rushed down because they spread the positions too thin.
Yeah. That's
A
something
lot of
like
that's gonna come down to like how you end up using the combat drops.
yeah.
But also, I think the sideboard robots on her team get really underutilized because their combined passives are very useful.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like the defense boosty on Goff. And plus, like the defense boosty on this team in general is probably I should probably be used more. I don't know. Like I said, this team is a little bit of an IQ test. So the challenge is to like make it. It's probably good when used in the right hands, but now trying to make that strategy obvious for somebody who hasn't played 300 games of Aegis is design learnability. So yeah. Then yeah, I think that's all right. That's it. We can probably call it there. This is a productive test. I have to go back to making marketing materials and ads. My favorite. My graphic design is my passion. Kickstarter in 7 days, baby. And then yeah, the post Kickstarter rush to get this thing printed and by spring, so that it can be delivered by summer. Just hammering down on basically, yeah, we have to test these two teams a bunch more Stell than Ainer, and then some of the kaiju. But other than that, Aegis 2 suite of 100 is looking pretty good. Pretty good indeed. All right, well, I'll see you all on the next one. I believe is on the 15th, which is like 2 days before the Kickstarter, and we're doing like some kind of exhibition game and slash or review Aegis 2's material game.
I'll be there for that one too.
Yep.
By necessity, actually.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see if Dars continues to be the world champion asterisk, or is just the unambiguous world champion.
It's true.
Well,
All
we'll
right.
see how it turns out with my post-nerf robots versus an unnerfed Excelgon super mode.
Yep. Oh no.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. All right. Have a good night, everybody.